Good afternoon. My name is Rhonda Mitchell, and I'm excited to be able to present to you my research findings on what I deemed the driving force of the automotive and logistics industry. I've taken the opportunity to research three occupations that are pivotal to the success of any industry, but especially the automotive and logistics industries. If you would have asked me when I was a kid, what my career looked like or what my future looked like, I promise you it would have nothing to do with the automotive industry. As a matter of fact, I just knew that I would be in somebody's courtroom fighting for justice. But here I am, 20 plus years later, smack dab in the middle of the auto industry, not as an attorney, but as an assembly line worker. And while manual labor was never my thing, since I've been in the auto industry, I have fallen in love with not the manual labor, but the process that it takes, or the process that we go through to get these vehicles on the road, to get the vehicle of your dreams in your driveway, to get the vehicle of your dreams in your garage. And so I've taken an opportunity to examine three roles that, again, are pivotal to the success of any operation. So in this report, we'll explore the roles and the responsibilities. We'll take a look at the salaries. We'll take a look at the education and the skills, and then the projected growth of each occupation, and then also examine the challenges that they face. And then at the end, I'll decide which career path I've chosen to take. Now, briefly, I want to discuss with you the vast sector, which is called the automotive sector. It's complex, it's fast moving, it's deep, it's intricate. There are thousands of supply chains that are a part of one company. Thousands of parts and intricate logistics. The thriving or the success behind the organization, in my opinion, is strongly related to having a strong operations department, project coordination, and of course, workforce leadership. Technology has always been key to the operations, the industry, but we're finding that as the technology is advancing so quickly, then persons in the three roles that I'll be discussing have to be able to adapt quickly. Technology and automation are actually reshaping how the industry works, and we know that with the implementation of electric vehicles. We see vehicles that are driving themselves. All of these things happen as a result of having a solid foundation, having quality people in key parts of the organization. And so the three roles that I believe are the driving force, or three roles that I believe are really moving the industry forward, are the director of operations, or the president, the person who oversees the daily operations, manages the budget, implements the strategy, and keeps an eye on making sure that we're hitting those key performance indicators. The key performance indicators in the automotive industry would be safety, quality, and then customer satisfaction. And so the education requirements for this particular occupation is a bachelor's degree in business management, could be finance, could be marketing, something related to business. When it comes to occupation number 2, project manager, in an automotive environment, the project manager would be the person responsible for launching a new vehicle, for implementing from start to finish what that strategy would look like, from bringing that idea of a vehicle, the design, making it come to life, what that would look like. And so that person would typically coordinate the manufacturing activities within the plant. That person, again, also has to have a bachelor's degree in business management, engineering, something related to business. The person must be strong organizationally, be a problem solver, and have excellent communication skills. The next occupation would be a human resources manager or a labor relations manager, because in the automotive industry, we're typically dealing with labor unionized workers, and so we would find it necessary to have not just a person that's responsible for the hiring and the firing, but somebody who can understand contracts, somebody who can assist with working through any labor issues that may come about. And so, of course, that person also would be looking to have a degree in human resources, a degree in business management, or a degree in communications. The occupations are, for their median salaries for the director of operations, is right around $206,420, $120,000 for the project manager, and $140,000 for the labor relations manager or human resources manager. Throughout my research, I had an opportunity to personally interview Cher Portiz, who is the president at the United Parcel Service, which is a logistics company. And she broke down what the day would look like for a person in operations. And so she mentioned that she spends approximately 70% of the day in meetings and conference calls, 20% analyzing data, and 10% coaching, because in a senior level position, it's your responsibility to bring others to where you are as it relates to the organization. You want to help them to fulfill their roles and their responsibilities to the best of their abilities. So sometimes you would find yourself in a position of coaching. When we look at what it takes to succeed in this industry, and all three of the occupations, they typically share in the complexities. Their responsibilities require them to know how to manage people, to know how to manage time, and to set reasonable expectations. They're responsible for understanding the shift in the global market and the shift in the conditions, the different trends, and all of the intricate details that come with a senior level position, balancing competing priorities. Throughout the day, what was important yesterday may not take priority today. They have to be willing to embrace change. AI and automation are literally restructuring and taking over how we process or how we navigate through the industry. And so you must be adaptable. They share core skills, which are strong leadership skills, excellent communicators, analytical thinkers, confident in their decision making. You have to be bold, you have to be brave, and you have to know that you're not going to make everybody happy, but at the end of the day, if you can make the customer happy, that's what's important. So in conclusion, I have taken a look at all of the responsibilities, all of the duties. I've examined the core skills that are necessary, taken a look at the salaries, and I believe that for me, because each one of these occupations is interdependent, I will start out as a project manager, move on to the human resources manager, and then ultimately land as the director of operations. That's my career path that I'm choosing after the research that I've done on the occupations within the automotive industry. I want to take a moment to thank you for taking the time to listen, to observe. this presentation. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, I'll leave my LinkedIn information at the end. Thank you.